Hi everyone, today we will see NoSQL database in Amazon. So in Amazon, DynamoDB is the database which is NoSQL. So we will do some hands-on and we will create some table and add some records to it in this demo. So let's go to the DynamoDB console. Just type in search bar DynamoDB and it will show DynamoDB. Click on DynamoDB. Then you can see some details about DynamoDB in its pricing, documentation, benefits and features on the console page. It is a fast and flexible NoSQL database service. So AWS provides us DynamoDB as a NoSQL database. So we have to create new table to start exploring the DynamoDB. Just click on create table. So here on the creation of table we have to enter some details about the table. Just enter the table name. We are using this table for users video history. So you are naming it as user video history table name. Then here we have to enter some partition key and sort key. Partition key is a part of tables, that is also table's primary key. You can see that AWS also elaborates the key terms in a concise manner so that you will understand what all the things are. So for partition key we are using user ID, which is a type of string. There are other options like binary and number as well, but we are choosing user ID as a string. For sort key we are using the last date watched, so that any user whose video history are in the table when they last watched any shows or something like that. Last date watched. So if this is the date, so we should choose the string, binary or number. We can see that the date is in the number, so we can choose it as a number data format. Next, scroll down and just do not have to change any default settings, that it will create a DynamoDB standard. Capacity is provisioned. We don't want to read auto scaling, so we will turn it off. And this is the important thing, provisioned read capacity, which is 5 RCU. Write auto scaling we have also turned off, and the provisioned write capacity is 5 WCU. Left all this as default settings and click on. If you want to add some tags as well, you can add that, but for now we are just click on create table. So it will create a new table in our database, DynamoDB database. Just wait for few seconds until this status comes to the active or succeed, I guess. So wait for few seconds, wait for few minutes. So here we are seeing that our status is comes to active. So our table is in the active state with partition key user ID, which is of the string format, and last date was dash. Just click on update setting from the left menu. Here we can say, we can say the table name. We have only one table as of right now. Just click on that, user video history. Here we can see we have all the general information about the table. Explore table items, but we don't have any items right now. Item count is 0. So just click on action tab and click add a create item to add a record in our table. So here we are seeing that the user ID attribute and last date watched attribute are already present, which we will created at the time of creation of our DynamoDB table. So just enter the user ID. Let me enter a dummy user ID for that. types here. 4, 5, A, B, C, D, and 6, 7, 8, 9. It is a type of string format. Then when the user last watched date, so we have to enter a number in it. So just type 16. Just type any number for this demo purpose, because it accepts only numbers, so you have to type the number. For now, let's move and add some other new attributes to it. You can add those attributes as well. So just click on add new attribute and choose the format of which type you want to add. String, number, boolean. There is a lot of things like binary, null, list, map, binary set, string set, number set. So we are adding another string, which is the video ID. So just in the attribute name, just enter the video ID and just type any value in the video ID. Just type you can see that a new attribute is created in this item. We can also add multiple new attributes. Let me add another attribute to add the language, preferred language of the user. Preferred, P-R-E-F-E-R-R-E-D, preferred L-N-G-U-H-E, language. So let's choose the preferred language as English. So we know that we can add many attributes to it. Let's try to add different format like a list in this. So suppose a user uses their ID on different devices. So this how much devices is supported. So let's add supported device types. And in the supported device type attribute, let's say we have the user use this user use this ID to watch the content in English on Fire TV and Fire Tablet, Amazon Fire TV and Amazon Fire Tablet. Just insert a field in it. So this is a list type, and we can insert multiple items in it. Just we are choosing a string and add Amazon Fire TV for the first one. Fire TV, and add another field with Amazon Fire Tablet. So we are added these items in it. Let's click on create our first item and click on the create item button right here. So it will create the first item in our table, user video history. You can see that from here. If you want to edit this, if you want to add new attributes to this user ID itself, you can also do it. Just you have to click on this user ID and add new attributes. So let's add another attribute with a number as a format. And let's say last talk time, how much time this user used is. So last talk time is basically a number, and let's choose it as 90. So you have to add another attribute and add the key and values to it, attribute name and value to it with a specified type, and just save and close. So in this way you can see that we are adding records or items to the DynamoDB table in different manner, in the list type, in the string type, in the number type. In boolean we can also add for some true false values. in this way. So just click on scan and query items. You can see that if your table has multiple records, multiple items in it, you can also scan and query these items in it. So just click on query. Let's just use query, how you can use query item. Just use the partition key to query this thing. So let's enter the partition, which is the user ID. And last word sort key is equal to this one. Let's enter this and click on run button. It will run, and how much it will see the read capacity consumed, and it will show the return value that this this item is present in our dataset. So let's change the user ID and then search again. Let's change it to the 56, something like that, and just click on run. You will see there is no query, did not run any result, because there is nothing in this table with the user ID this. So you can only query, it will show only the results whether this user ID is present in this system or not. So you have also one more option of scan. You can also scan all the items using the scan table. You can also add some filters to it also. But for now, let's check, and let's hope we can see all the items in our user video history table. So just click on run. You will see that we have created one item and it is populated in the screen. So in this way we can use NoSQL database. We can add items to a NoSQL database. We can create these. We will learn how we can create a table in a DynamoDB database in AWS. Let's create a new user. Let's create a new user with a unique ID. So just go to the update settings. Here you can see that. Just click on reference, indexes, start scan. Yeah, so it will scan the item count as 1. Earlier it was showing it as 0. Just click on refresh again. Get live item count. It will populate it approximately information every 6 hours. So that's why it is not showing the one item which we are adding. Just add another item into it with a unique ID. Let me add it in this manner. With some last date watched watch. Let's add some number to it and add a new attribute with number, and let's say how much he rates whenever he sees any video content on the platform with this user, and how much rating it shows. So rating should be a number, so let's choose 8 as a rating number. Just create that item. You don't have to fill all the items here. Just we are creating another rating attribute, and just create another item. So in this way we can use DynamoDB table and create items and scan and query in this. So this is for the basics of DynamoDB table demo. Thank you for the watching.